Gopijana Vallabha Giridhari Gopijana Vallabha Giridhari Yasodananda Prahaladananda Yasodananda Prahaladananda Yamuna Tiha Vanachari Yamuna Tiha Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Giridhari Gopijana Vallabha Giridhari Yasodananda Prahaladananda Yasodananda Prahaladananda Yamuna Tiha Vanachari Yamuna Tiha Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Brahmachari Ashram Śrīmad His Divine Grace Shalasi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hare all glorious to the sound devotees, all glorious to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskyatyade Satarne Om Agyana Timirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chaksuram Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Yadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Parakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Scha Shri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakan Vitam Scha Hey Krishna Karna Sindho Dinabandho Dvapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakapa Dribhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patidanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pranityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, the sacrifice performed by Daksha, text 25. Daksho grihi tarhana sadanotamam Jagneshwaram Vishva Srijam Param Gurum Sunanda Nandad Yanu Garir Vritam Muda Grinan Prapede Pratyata Kritanjali Daksho Grihi Tarhana Sadatanotam Daksho Grihi Tarhana Sadanotamam Jagneshwaram Vishva Srijam Param Gurum Sunandanandad Yanugara Vritam Muda Grinan Prapede Pratyata Kritanjali Jagneshwaram Vishva Srijam Param Guru Nanda Manda Jaya Vritam Buddha Kurinan Prapede Pratita Kritanjali. Ladies?
Daksho Grihanta Grihitarhana Sadanotamam
Daugrihitarhana Sadatanotamam Jagneshwaram Vishvam Srijam Param Gurum Sunandana Dadyanugara Vritam Muda Krinan Prapede Pratyata Kritanjali Daksha Grihita accepted Arhana rightful Sadhana Uttamam sacrificial vessel Yagya Ishwaram unto the master of all sacrifices Vishwashrijam of all the Prajapatis Param the Supreme Guru preceptor Sunanda Nanda Adi Anugai by associates like Sunanda and Nanda Ritam surrounded Buddha with great pleasure Grinan offering respectful prayers Prapede took shelter Prayataha having a subdued mind. Krita Anjali, with folded hands. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. When Lord Vishnu accepted the oblations offered in the sacrifice, Daksha, the Prajapati, began with great pleasure to offer respectful prayers unto him. The Supreme Personality of God is actually the master of all sacrifices and preceptor of all the Prajapatis, and he is served even by personalities such as Nanda and Sunandana. Text 26. Daksha addressed the Supreme Personality of Godhead, "My dear Lord, you are transcendental to all speculative positions. You are completely spiritual, devoid of all fear, and are always in control of the material energy. Even though you appear in the material energy, you are situated transcendentally. You are always free from material contamination because you are completely self-sufficient." Text 27. The priests addressed the Lord saying, "O Lord, transcendental to material contamination, by the curse offered by Lord Shiva's men, we become attached to fruitive activities, and thus we are now fallen. And therefore we do not know anything about you. On the contrary, we are now involved in the injunctions of the three departments of the Vedic knowledge, under the plea of executing rituals in the name of Yagya. We know that you have made arrangements for distributing the representative shares of the demigods." Purport. The Vedas are known as Trigunya Vishya Veda, Bhagavad Gita 2:45. Those who are serious students of the Vedas are very much attached to the ritualistic ceremonies mentioned in the Vedas. And therefore these Vedavadis cannot understand that the ultimate goal of the Vedas is to understand Lord Krishna or Vishnu. Those who have transcended the qualitative Vedic attractions, however, can understand Krishna, who is never contaminated by the material qualities. Therefore Lord Vishnu is addressed here as Ananjana, free from material contamination. In Bhagavad Gita 2:42, the crude Vedic scholars have been deprecated by Krishna as follows: Yamimam pushpatam vacham prabhadantya vipaschita vedavatarataparta nanyamastiti vadina. Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, and they say that there is nothing more than this. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswatunde Ve Gauravani Bhucharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatiyade. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vishaya vinivartante nirharasya dehinam rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishva nivartate. That the embodied soul may be restricted from sense enjoyment, though the taste for sense objects remains, but ceasing such engagements by experiencing a higher taste, one becomes fixed in consciousness. Everyone's looking for a higher taste. Everyone's looking for some higher realm of happiness, security, and awareness, consciousness. Actually, we want to become aware of how we can become secure and happy. So the Vedas give us information of how to progress from the modes of ignorance to the mode of passion to the mode of goodness. Comparatively, the different modes of material nature are progressively more secure, more enlightened, and more freedom from distress. In the material world, we take freedom from distress as happiness. Although we don't know what actual happiness is, but if we're less distressed, we take that as happiness. Therefore it says, Trigunya Vishaya Veda, nice Trigunya Bhavarjana, Nidvandva Nitya Sattvasto Nid Yoga Shema Atmavan. That the Vedas mainly deal with the three modes of material nature. Rise above these modes, O Arjuna, be transcendental to all of them, and be free from all dualities for gain and safety, and become established in the self. In other words, unless we're actually Krishna conscious, and Krishna consciousness means that we're actually dedicated to utilizing whatever energies we have influence modes of material nature. And indeed, as it says that the Vedas, they tell us how to gain the maximum amount of happiness in the material energy. They take us from whatever situation we're in, and they promise different types of happiness that people are lured by. Because people are going to work for material happiness, whether they follow the Vedas or they follow some kind of Wall Street Journal or something, they're going to work for material happiness. Of course, the Bhagavatam says that this is kaitava, dharmak prayojita paramo nirmatsaranam satam. That the Vedas, or the Bhagavatam, rejects all this attempt to find material happiness because it's ultimately a failure. The main problem is fear. As long as we're fearful, there's no question of happiness. Or as Krishna says, Naisti buddhiya yuktasya, nacha yuktasya bhavanaha, nacha bhaviyantak shantira, ashantasya kutak sukham. Therefore, one who is not in divine or Krishna consciousness can have neither a controlled mind nor steady intelligence, without which there's no possibility of peace, and how can there be any happiness without peace? In other words, unless we realize we're eternal, we can't be peaceful. We're going to worry about this body. And there's always something to worry about the body. Just think about what we're going to do today and how we're trying to take care of our own worries or other people's worries. Vatirna Krishna parataksatova mito vipadyeta griha vatanam. The whole material world exists trying to get free from problems. Generally speaking, people don't try to solve the fundamental problems, like the fact that we're growing old, we have to become diseased, and we have to die, because they know they can't do anything about it. And they deny having to take birth again, although one may wonder where all these 8,400,000 species of life came from. Why there are so many ants, why there are so many trees, why there are so many birds, why there are so many species of life. Did it all just come about by accident, by some kind of inexplicable evolution? Or are these living entities like ourselves, spiritual souls, who misused their human form of life in the past and wound up in a lower species of life? So do we have to worry about taking birth again? Or at the end of this body, is everything finished? If our body is finished at every moment, so why at the end of life, when the body is finally doesn't change again, why are we finished? We're not finished with all these changes to the body. So why should we be finished when the body finally stops changing? And where do we go after that we leave this body? Most people, they don't worry about that. But if there are so many lower species of life, maybe it's something to consider what our next destination is. When we leave this room, does anyone think it doesn't really matter where I go after I leave this room? Maybe I should just walk into the ocean. It doesn't really matter. No, everyone has their plans, what they're going to do after they leave this room. Probably they're going to go upstairs and take prasadam. No one says, oh, I don't really care what's going to happen. Whatever happens, happens. No, in the human form of life, we have intelligence. So therefore, throughout the whole life, we're making plans, at least so that we have a place to sleep, something to eat, some relationships with others, some security. We're making plans all the time. So since we're only going to be in this body for a very, very short period of time, compared to eternity, it has absolutely no significance this lifetime. So why not make plans where we're going to be after we leave this body, since it's going to be forever? And if we make plans in this very, very brief period of time, this brief lifetime, then there's some possibility eventually we can plan our lives in such a way is that we can actually become fully conscious of Krishna and go back to the eternal platform of life, of real life. So why not make such plans in this human form of life? But there's the Vedas, and they're made for people who refuse to make plans for the soul, because they have very small conception of the soul, and therefore they have no interest in helping the soul, the real selves. They want to create a better material circumstance for the soul. They want to have a first-class prison instead of a second-class prison. Sometimes they have birds, and they teach the bird to do a little dance outside the cage. And as soon as the dance is done, then the bird immediately gets back into the cage, because it's trained up. It thinks, without the cage, I can't exist. So similarly, we're thinking, without a material body, what can I do? Therefore, we're taking shelter of the material nature, making plans so that instead of being trapped by a rope of 20 meters, in our next lifetime we can get a rope of 30 meters. Sometimes they have a cow, they attach the cow by a rope to some kind of stake or pole. And maybe it's 20 meters, the rope. And when it gets a 30-meter rope, then it thinks, oh, now I'm free. Now I have more freedom. It can't conceive of existence without the rope. So the question is whether we want to prepare ourselves for a 30-meter rope or a 20-meter rope, or a 2-inch rope, 2-centimeter rope. The Vedas, they take people who are interested in a 30-meter rope, and they give them all kinds of glories, how wonderful it is to have a 30-meter rope instead of a 20-meter rope. And people will sacrifice their whole life to get the 30-meter rope instead of the 21. The idea of cutting the rope and getting free doesn't even enter into their mind. They think, just like the ass is carrying a very heavy load on its back in order to satisfy the washerman. Because at the end of the day, the washerman is so kind, it actually gives the ass some grass. It takes the load off its back and lets it bend down and eat the grass underneath its feet. So the ass is so foolish, it thinks that the washerman is so kind to me, it's giving me grass. Grass is everywhere. Without the heavy load, it doesn't have to carry a heavy load to get grass. It simply has to bend down, and all the grass is amply there for its satisfaction. So similarly, we'll go through so much trouble in the material world, thinking ourselves to be good people because of all the trouble we go through, not realizing that there's no need to go through all the trouble. The real trouble is because we refuse to accept the actual existence, which is free from trouble. We think, what would I do if there was no problems? I wouldn't have anything to do.